Hey, how's it going, everyone? Miwa here, and today what I have for y'all is a Blackwing deck profile, and this is updated with the new Legendary Duelist set that came out. And I uploaded a Blackwing profile on this channel earlier these months, and I did say I was gonna upload an updated one once the new stuff came out, and I acquired them. So I got the new support for the deck, and it has been updated, and that's why I got the profile for y'all today. And without further ado, we'll get started. So, starting off, we're playing three Gale the Whirlwind, and you play three Gales because it's one is one of your best tuners in the deck. It straight up goes, if you have a Blackwing on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand onto the field, and it's a really good card. It's a free special summon once you have another Blackwing on the field. It's a beat stick over anything that has 500 attack or less, because you special summon it, use its effect to have the monster's attack, and if it's 2500, it becomes 1250, which means Gale's swinging over it by him being 13, which is a huge plus for Gale. And his effect isn't a hard once per turn, so if you combo it and go, I'm gonna use Zephyr the Elite skill, bounce Gale back to my hand, I'm gonna take 400, re-special summon it, you can use its effect again, and that's another half. And if you have multiple Gales, you can just proc them all off. And he has a lot of use, and you play three of them. He's a level 3 tuner. If you go with level 3 non-tuner or level 4, you make easy level 6s or 7 synchros. He's just really good. You're one of your best tuners, so you play 3 of him. Next, we're playing 2 of the brand new tuner. And this is Blackwing, I believe it's Ulster the Southwind. And this is the new tuner that came out in Legendary Duelist. And it's a really good card, because one, it's a level 4 tuner, and it special summons itself. Not special summon. If you have a banished Blackwing monster in your banish zone, it special summons it out. So let's say you have Boar the Spear banished, you summon Southwind. Southwind's effect procs off. If you have Whirlwind on the field, you're going to get your search, but you're also going to get the summon. So you get to summon Boar the Spear, and if you have a level 2 on the field, you go into an easy level 10, or you can just go into a level 8. So Ulster the Southwind is really good, and it's a good addition to the Blackwing family. He has 2 effects in addition to his summon effect. He also can't be special summoned, by the way. The first one is they both activate one in the graveyard, and you can banish them to gain either one of the first effects. One is place black feather counters on your black winged dragon, and equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, and that's good if you play black winged dragon and you gain black winged dragon effect once doing so, and you can burn your opponent for about 2800 at most, probably 35, and that's good. Or you can use it for its second effect, which is banish it, place wedge counters on all of your opponents' special summon monsters, I believe. No, face up monsters on their field, and that's good because you use that to combo off with the new boss monster they came out for Blackwings, and we'll get to that later on. But 2 copies of him. You can play 3, but 3 will become clunky because it is a normal summon monster only, and you can't special summon it anyway. So 2's fine. 2's a good ratio. Next, you're playing 2 of your favorite card, which is Blackwing Blizzard of Far North, and he's mainly your how do you say, he's another version of the Southwind. Basically, he gets your monster from your graveyard and brings it back out onto the field, and it's a level 4. He gets any level 4 or lower Blackwing monster from your graveyard and brings it onto the field in defense position. And their effects aren't negated, so you can just use effects. So you can bring out Gale. You can still use Gale's effect to keep itself not keep yourself to have your opponent's monster. You can bring out Crystal Crack of Dawn, and he still won't be destroyed by card effects. You can bring out Bora, find a way to make Bora into attack, and he'll do piercing. So Blizzard of the Far North is very versatile. Also, when you do Blizzard of the Far North, and you have Whirlwind out, you basically just go summon Blizzard. You get Blizzard's effect off. You also get Whirlwind's effect off going on the same time. So you can go, and this is going to be useful when they try to Ghost Ogre you or Ash you, because since they both rock off at the same time, and Ogre's effect is when an effect is activated, whatever you want to keep on the field at the moment, you go chain link 1, chain link 2, and then they'll chain link 3 with their Ghost Ogre, meaning what's going to end up being destroying after everything goes off would be the Whirlwind instead of your Blizzard. But if you want to keep Whirlwind, you basically go Whirlwind, chain link 1, Blizzard 2, Ghost Ogre activates when Blizzard's effect activate, meaning Blizzard's going to be negated. So it allows you to dodge. It allows you to dodge. So 2 of him. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Orochi the Squall. I like Orochi at 2 because I've been in a lot of situations currently where you're searching through your deck and you need that extra level 1 tuner to be able to continue your combo plays. And I needed, and it was after a lot of play testing where I ran into that situation, and I just went ahead and bumped them up to 2. And it's been working a lot better because being bumped up to 2 means you can stretch them out. You're never gonna end up having to not gain Whirlwind's effect. So 2's fine. We're playing 1 copy of Steam the Cloak, and I bumped Steam down to 1 because you can stretch him out with Whirlwind, and once you do that, once he leaves the field, he's a constant floater in a way, or not really a floater. He's a floaty. I'm gonna say it like that, because you gain his effect of being able to special himself from the grave only once per duel, which is good. And once he leaves the field, he makes a token. So I'm only playing 1 copy of him because you can bring him out with Blizzard. You can use the new card to stretch him out, which we'll get into in just a bit. And he's just really stretchable, being 800 body, and he has a lot of uses as well. Next, we're playing the 1 card that is personal preference, and that's 1 Blackwing Value the Emblem of Honor. And Value the Emblem of Honor just basically goes you can't use him as a synchro material while face up on the field. That's one of his effects. From the graveyard, you can banish him along with another non-tuner monster, and you can special summon a synchro monster from your extra deck equal to the level of the combined. So it's a graveyard synchro summon, but it's not considered a synchro summon. It's considered a special summon. But either way, it's still gonna go into your link zone because it's come from the extra deck. But you're playing 1. It's a personal preference, but it combos well when you remove a level 4 and you summon this afterwards, and you get the level 4 back out from your banish zone, and you continue to go off because you can use this, banish another level 1 that you have in the graveyard. If you play I forgot the name, but I believe it's a Blackwing card, Jetstream, something like that, and you bring out a level 2 synchro, which can be Sohaya the Rain Hider, and you have a level 2 out there. But I do believe because you do use value as well, their effects will be negated. So you'll just gain a level 2 out on the field for free. So you won't want to do that. But it's just options, because you go level 1, level 4 into a level 5, which will be Sohaya. And once you do that, you have a level 5 on the field. And that you can use that to continue your plays, use it as material to go into a level 12. So he's very personal preference, and I like him. So that's all your tuners for the deck. This also won't be playing any Ghost Ogres or Ash Blossoms and stuff like that, mainly because they're expensive, and I really don't want to spend the money on it. But the deck works fine without them. Those are cards that you can play in the deck if you like, but it works fine without them. I'd rather have the space for more Blackwing cards. So, onto the monsters. You're playing, well, onto the non-tuner monsters. You're playing 3 Crystal Crackodon. You can play him at 2. There's a lot of players that do play him at 2, but I like him at 3 just because he's a 19 body. You can normal summon him, gain effects from Whirlwind. You can special summon him. He can't be destroyed by spells or trap cards once per turn. So if you Raigeki, Dark Hole you or something like, or bottomless it, he won't be leaving the field. He's just going to stay there for at least an extra destruction card. So you play 3 of him. He can be special summoned by his effect once per turn, I believe. It does say, yeah, you can only special summon him once per turn. So you can't have multiples of him and like go spam the board. So 3 of him. Next, you're playing 3 of your favorite boy, Board Spear. You have to play 3 Board Spear. Like, it's one of your best special summoned monsters. Like, it spams the field really well, being 1700 attack, does piercing. But it's one of the most known cards that are in the deck other than Gale. But yeah, you play 3 of him. Next, you're playing 3 of the new card, which is Blackwing, Sumoon, the Poison Wind. And Sumoon's an amazing card because, one, it adds 3 more Whirlwinds to your deck, basically. Because if you have Sumoon and you reveal him, or you're gonna have to reveal him if you're gonna use effect. His effect states you can normal summon him without tributing by banishing a Blackwing monster in your hand. So you'll banish a Blackwing monster. You'll normal summon, but before doing that, he allows you to search your deck for a Black Whirlwind, play it, banish the monster, normal summon him, and you gain Whirlwind's effect. And because you're normal summoning him with his effect, you're not using up your 1 normal summon for the turn. So you gain 2 normal summons for that, which is good. Because once you do that, you can search out. The most common play will be search out Southwind, then normal summon Southwind. You'll gain the monster you banished, which will be your Bora. You can go into a 10. You also gain a search off Whirlwind as well. But you'll go into a 10. You'll go into your new boss monster. You can go into any other. You can probably go into another 10. Not sure if it's restricted on what you can summon. I'm pretty sure it might be. So you'll just have to go into a level 10 synchro. Or you can go into a level 8. Or a 12. It opens up a lot. But you play 3 of him because it's basically adding 3 more Whirlwinds to your deck, which is very nice. Also, your Whirlwind will get destroyed after you use the effect, and you will take, I believe, 1,000. But that's a small price paid where you can kind of like OTK your opponent. So next, we're playing 2 copies of Blackwing Kalut the Moonshadow. And he's just one of your honest. You use him to ditch him. Your Blackwing that attacks will gain 1,400 more attack points. So you're gonna hit 32, 31, 30, depending on what's out on the field. Bora, you're hitting 31. Crystal Crackodon, you're hitting 33. Sumoon, you're hitting 30. Gale, you're hitting 27. Sure, the Blue Flame, you're hitting 32. So he helps with certain numbers. So to him, you can't play him at 1 because he's not really that necessary. He's also 1,400 attack, so you can normal summon him, search out Gale, search out Southwind. So I still play him at 2. Next, we're playing the 1 Border Spear. That's personal preference. I still like Border Spear because nostalgic reasons. He's an 1,800 body. When he attacks and destroys some opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon the Blackwing from your deck, which is really good. Effects will be negated, but it allows you to continue more. This is a personal preference of mine, and this basically goes one Blackwing Decay the Illwind, and all it does is just and you can target a Blackwing monster when this card gets summoned or special summoned, and you can activate its effect, and it's either increase its level by 1 or decrease it by 1. So it allows to hit certain levels to bring out what you need at the moment. So I play one of him. He can be taken out for other stuff. It's just personal preference. Next, I'm playing one Zephyros the Elite. Everyone knows it. You return the face-up card back to your hand, special summon him, take 400. Allows to continue more plays. One Gladius, just because if you control exactly one Blackwing, he can special summon himself from the deck. Not deck, from the hand. And you can go into a level 6, level 9, level 8, depending on what you have out on the field to equal that. So it's a really good card, and he can be destroyed by battle once per turn. And then we're playing one Blackwing Harmattan the Dust, and he's level modificator. He can special summon himself from the hand. If you control Blackwing, he gains the level of whatever Blackwing you target, in addition to his level. So if you target level 4, he becomes level 6. Target level 3, he becomes level 5. Target a level 6, which like Simoon, he becomes a level 8, meaning you can have an easy level 12 right there. So that's it for all the monsters. And next it's going to be spells. For spells, we are playing 3 Black Whirlwind. Very standard. You have to play triple Whirlwind because your deck is very reliant on it, which is why Simoon is amazing addition to the card. Normal summon the Blackwing, you get to search your deck for a Blackwing that has less attack than the one you summoned. It's really good. Triple Allure of Darkness, only because you need draw power, and Allure of Darkness is your best draw power. Also allows you to banish a dark monster, so the South Wind gains pluses from that. It's no longer like a minus for you because of South Wind. So triple that. Soul Charge, very powerful in the deck. Allows you to special summon X number of monsters from your graveyard, but you do take 1,000 damage for each one you summon. Dark Hole, just a preference of mine. You can also play Raigeki instead of it. I don't have it, which is why I'm playing Dark Hole. But because you are playing certain boss monster that can't be destroyed by card effects or is unaffected by it, Dark Hole doesn't really hurt. One Monster Reborn, because Monster Reborn is a staple. It's a very powerful card. Special summon the monster from either player's graveyard. One Foolish Burial helps get certain cards into your graveyard to speed up combo plays. I played the one for one, same reason. It allows you to send a certain card from your hand to the graveyard to bring out one of your level 1s, aka value, tribute value for a Link Karibo. You have value in the graveyard to extend plays. Just preference combined. And onto the traps. It's very standard. You're playing the 1 warning, 2 strikes, and 1 sonic. And that's only 4 traps. Traps are very you don't have to go by what I'm playing. But some players still play what's it called, Icarus Attack. Some are actually taking in Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, which is a card that no one sees coming. Destroys a lot of back row, gets rid of Altergeist, and stuff like that. So that's, your traps can go whatever way you want. Onto the Synchros, you're playing the 1 level 12, which is Onimaru the Divine Thunder. He level manipulates himself. He gains 6,000 attack during your battle when he attacks if he was synchro summon using nothing but synchro monsters. And he also becomes a tuner if only Blackwings are used to summon him. So he's the one of. Then the new boss monster, which is Blackwing Full Armor Master. And mainly he's the new addition to the Blackwing family because he's unaffected by other card effects. Each time a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, you place 1 wedge counter on that monster. And after its effect resolves. And then once per turn, you can target that monster or target a monster with the wedge counter on there and you can take control of it until the end of the turn, I believe. Or no, it's actually permanent to take control of. So you permanently take control of that. Or instead, once per turn during your end phase, you can destroy every monster on the field that has witch counters on it. Which again, like I said, combos really well with Southwind. So if your opponent has cards on the field that you want to get rid of, you can just banish Southwind, place witch counters, and you destroy all their monsters. So there's that. One Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend just to blow up the board. I play 2 Blackwing Obsidian Hawk Joe just because once you get rid of one, you're gonna want to find a way to get it back. So I play 2 just because of that. He has a good effect that allows you to bring back level 5 or higher Winged Beast Synchro monsters. So you can just bring back the Full Armor Master, Divine Thunder, and any of your other Winged Beast Synchros from the grave onto the field. One Armor Master just because he can't be destroyed by battle. You take no damage from it. He's just nostalgic, and he's actually one of your better level 7s. One Raikiri, the Rain Shower, just because Raikiri can help blow up the board, equal to the number of other Blackwings you have on the field. So if you have 4 other Blackwings out, including him, you destroy not including him, you destroy 4 cards. So he's good. One Chidori, the Rain Sparkling, just because he becomes really beefy with all the Blackwings that are in the graveyard. One Nathung, the Starlight, just because he allows an extra normal summon and burns your opponent for 800 along with their monster. So he's really good. One Sohaya, the Rainstorm, just because he becomes a tuner monster if you bring him out, and it goes level 5, level 7, become a level 12. Personal preference, you can take him out if you like. For Link monsters, we're playing one Borlo Dragon, just because you can make him, and he's a really good card. One Firefighting Daruma, just because he's one of your better Link monsters for Blackwings. Along with I do recommend getting Wee Witch. Wee Witch is amazing for this deck. Also Akashic Magician, which I currently don't have. They're currently coming in the mail. One Proxy Dragon and one Link Karibo. So that's for the extra deck. It is 15 cards. But you don't have to follow my list. Other cards I will play in the deck, I would play Desires, because I do see some players using cards for Black Feather. I believe there was a deck that I saw that played cards for Black Feather along with Threatening Roar. Threatening Roar I saw in deck just because cards for Black Feather require you to not special summon that turn, which pushes back Blackwings a lot, which is why I saw the concept of Threatening Roar. But if you're trying to get certain cards into banish, I might as well just risk it and play Desires and continue on my plays from there. So you can do 2 Desires. You can do 1 Mind Control just to use your opponent's monsters for Link. Use your opponent's Link monsters for their zones. You can do the 1 Anti-Crow Delta Reverse, like I said. Anti-Reverse, my bad. 1 Icarus Attack. And like those are just other stuff I will play. You can add another Strike. You can play Dark Eruption just to continue on plays. For monsters, you can play another Steam the Cloak if you like. You can play 1 Kunai the Drizzle. He's actually really good. Or you can play I think it's Kagamaru. He's a level 6 that once your Blackwing gets destroyed by card effects or something like that, you can special summon him, and he's a level 6 tuner. Tornado, the Reverse Wind, is actually really good in my opinion. Once you normal summon him, you can special summon the Blackwing from your graveyard onto the field. So you can bring back your Southwind and go into level 8 with them. So that's a card that you can also add in. You can add in another Harmattan the Dust. For synchros, you can use another Onimaru. If you don't have other certain level 8s like the Red Dragon I had, you can play Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. You can go Stardust Spark. You can add in another Raikiri, another Chidori. You can play a Clearwing. You could play a Black Rose, board wipe, always good. Another Nathan. Like, Blackwings are so versatile, you can add in almost any type of synchro monster in the deck and it will work. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of the deck. If there's any changes you'd like to see, let me know on that. I'm happy to hear feedback on the deck and what y'all think about it. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and I'll be happy to post more. Till then, peace.